Guys, welcome back to our channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome. My name is Mary, and for those of you that are returning, welcome back. If you like all things interior design, DIY, empty house tours, and just overall even knowing how to purchase a home, then this is the right channel for you. Go ahead, hit the like button on this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. So today we are in our living room. We're going to be working on styling our living room floating shelves. So if you can see to the left and to the right of me, I have these huge floating shelves on both sides, and I want to move some decor around and sort of just kind of revamp the space. It's been the same way since the holidays, and now that the holidays are well behind us, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something a little bit lighter and airier, and that just ties in the space better together. So if you notice up there, I do have the gallery lights up there. By the way, if you want to know how to create this vertical shiplap behind your floating shelves or any wall in your home, very quick and easy step, don't forget to go back and watch that video. So far I do have the gallery lights up, and I have these paintings up that I got from Target. So I'm very excited about those, and they're just really cute, and I think they're gonna set off the space. I probably could have gone with something a little bit bigger, but I didn't want to because I didn't want it competing with the television. So I wanted to keep this scale of the painting a little bit smaller. So it is large, but a little bit smaller, not necessarily filling up that top shelf, because again, this is my main focal point in the living room, is this fireplace. And if you want to know how we did this fireplace, don't forget to go back and watch that video to see how we did the concrete finish on the fireplace. All right, so with that being said, today I actually am going to be using the triangular styling method to do the floating shelves. And I'll show you what that means in a minute. When you're styling your shelves, always look around your home, see what items you already have, see how that ties into the mood of your home, whatever look you're going for. See if there's anything that maybe you can spray paint or repurpose. And then if you're not able to find anything, be sure to go out and see what you're able to pull and find to use in your space. So the goal here is I really want to create depth. I want to create layers. I'm going to be using things of different heights, different textures, because I just really like that look in a space. So my goal is to create interest, but also making sure that the items are not competing with each other. That's what I'm going to be doing here while I'm styling the floating shelf. All right, so I moved this a little bit closer so hopefully you can see. I couldn't find my blue tape, so I'm using yellow sticky notes. What I'm going to be doing today is using the triangular method for styling my floating shelves. What I want you to do is picture the top of my gallery light as the beginning of my triangle. And the bottom of my triangle is going to be the first empty shelf that you see. And what I'm then going to do is flip my triangle so that, again, the bottom or the point of my triangle is going to be the very last shelf. Now, that may not make sense to you right now, but as I begin to style, you'll see what I mean. So think of the single point there as the top, and then it gets wider with the painting, and it's going to get even wider. If you see where that sticky note is on the floating shelf, so from here on the left to over here on the right, that is where I'm going to be placing my items, is in between those two yellow sticky notes. And then on the next row, you're able to see the two yellow sticky notes as well. In between there is where I'm going to be placing my items. So now when you use the triangular method, it does not have to be straight up and down. But for the purpose of mine, I am going to do a triangle coming down this way, and then I'm going to flip my triangle and bring it down this way. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to keep the items cohesive, and I want them to be close together. So what I mean by that, once again, is that sometimes when we style floating shelves, because they're so large, we have a tendency to want to spread the items around all across the shelf so that it takes up all the room. What that ends up doing is essentially creating voids, and the items just kind of feel like they don't belong in that space because they're not being tied together. So my goal by doing the triangular method is that I'm going to group items together, different shapes, different textures, creating subtle concepts of interest. I'm going to use items of different heights, and it's going to keep things cohesive so that they're not competing with each other in the same space. Every little bit of space that you look at is going to have a little bit of interest to draw your eyes, but none of it is going to be competing with each other. And most importantly, there's not going to be a single item just left out looking like it's floating in the air. So I'm going to show you an example. So a lot of times when we style our shelves, we end up doing something like this, where we place the items all across, trying to essentially fill the entire shelf. So I'm going to show you today how you can style your shelves without having to fill the entire shelf, first of all, and where it's going to look very elegant and look like those items actually belong there. All right, guys. So while I do this, just go ahead, watch me, see what I'm doing. I'm going to occasionally talk, but I'm also going to play some music. Just kind of enjoy the process with me. And I'm going to be moving some pieces around if they just don't look as great as I want it to look. Don't forget, always stop while you're styling, take a step back, look at it, and if something doesn't look right, don't be afraid to move it around. All right, let's go. I had this plant laying around, and although I really like the plant itself, it has like the faux eucalyptus leaves, I didn't particularly care for just like the bare pot. So I'm just gonna be dropping it inside this really cute vase slash planter that I have. Another really neat design tip. Make sure, if you like to style your space with books, be sure to look around your home to see what books you have that you don't use. And it really doesn't matter if the bands are not the same color, because you could always flip the book to the other direction when you use it to style your space. So my daughter actually accidentally broke this. If you're new here, we do have two little ones. We have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, and she actually accidentally broke this. She just kind of threw it on the floor. She thought it was a toy, I guess. And the back of it is broken. So how I intended to style with this is going to be a little bit different, but I'm still going to incorporate it anyway. So So now I'm just going through and taking out all of those yellow sticky notes that I had left on the shiplap to show you as a guide of where I would be placing my items. I absolutely love it. So going back to what we were discussing earlier and how I was going to be designing the space, as you can see, if you look from the top of the gallery light up there, imagine that was the top of a triangle, and then imagine the second shelf as the bottom of that triangle. Look at how that sort of just draws your eyes. It's cohesive. The items are not all over the place. And then again, looking from that second shelf, starting with that as the base of your triangle. And then the point of your triangle is the very last shelf. And you can see how that looks. So that overall just gives it a very, very seamless look. So some design tips: play with the elements that are in your space, incorporate different things. As you can see, I have items of different heights, different colors, different textures in this space, and it all works together seamlessly. If you have a plant or something that you don't like the current vase or planter that it's in, see if you can place it in a larger one, and that'll help you achieve the look you're looking for. So just to point out where I got some of these items, because I know I'm going to get those questions. The planters on the very top to the left and the right there are from Target. The plant is just an old plant I have at home. The books are just some old books I have at home. The vase here, this vase right here, is part of our Shore vase collection on mycuratedhomepieces.com, and that one is called the Quinn. You can purchase it individually, or it also comes in a set. And the decorative bead, the little detail I just added there, is also on mycuratedhomepieces.com. You can find that there. Now, one of my favorite items on this shelf, I have to say, are these storage boxes here. They do come in a pair on mycuratedhomepieces.com. They have that shagreen exterior. It's so beautiful. Look at that texture. And I really like the detail here of the buckle when I was designing this, or the clasp, I should say. So absolutely love how modern it looks, but can also be used in a more traditional space. But you can definitely store all sorts of things in here. The inside is lined. It's absolutely beautiful. So you can also find that on mycuratedhomepieces.com, and it's sold in the set of 2 like that. And I just threw in some candles that I had. When using items of the same size, you don't want to place them right next to each other because it just gets lost in the space. It's good to place an object in between the items if you're going to use an item of the same size. But ideally, you want to vary the sizes of the items that you're incorporating, vary the heights, the textures, the color, let everything tie together seamlessly. Now we're going to go to the other side to see how that turned out. So again, picturing the very top there. Whoop, I almost fell, guys. Picturing the very top there as the top of your triangle, and the triangle is getting bigger. By the second shelf, you can see your triangle is formed. So top to bottom, I'm going to show you the details of these vases. So this planter here is part of our Shore collection as well on mycuratedhomepieces.com. It is part of the Quinn vase. It's the small version, and you can see the rest of the vase family here on the other side. So you can purchase these individually or as a set on our website. And don't forget, you can also book interior design services on our website if you would like some assistance with styling your space. And you don't have to live in our area. It's a 100% completely remote process. Here you go. So the styling tip I was talking about earlier, these are just old books from I don't even know when we had laying around our home. But as you can see, there are different color schemes like pink, blue, green, white. So what I do is I turn the book to the other side to where you're seeing the pages, and I style it in that manner so that it looks more cohesive, because those other colors are not in the color scheme that I'm going for right now. So this is a good way to definitely reuse old books. And there is that broken decorative piece I showed you earlier. My daughter accidentally dropped that, but I was still able to use it, and I think it turned out beautifully. Let me know what you think in the comments if you have any questions. And then look at that second triangle. So base of the triangle at the top and the tip all the way at the bottom. And then when I pull back, just see how cohesive the space looks now. So if you're going for more of that luxurious feel, you really want your space to feel cohesive, consider using this triangular rule when styling your shelves, because it's really gonna make your space pop. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a complete look of the space now. Hey. What are you doing?
Touch of perfection.
Okay. For those of you that are new to the channel, that is my husband and trusted helper, climber of ladders, husband, Dio. Always inserting himself inside the video somehow. But we love him. All right. And look at those gallery lights and how everything just sets up the space. Absolutely beautiful. I love it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you have any recommendations. Once again, I didn't want to do extremely large paintings on either side of the fireplace, just because my fireplace is still my focal point in this space, and I did not want those items competing. But I do think the floating shelves turned out absolutely perfect. This is going to be my day-to-day look for right now. As we begin to approach different holidays and things, I may move some things around, but very, very excited about how the space turned out. Don't forget, if you have not seen how we created the vertical shiplap look behind those floating shelves, and you want to make a shiplap wall in your home, go back and view that video. Or if you're interested in how we created this fireplace, don't forget to go back and view that video as well. And it all just looks really cohesive together with those modern pulls that are on the cabinets. And I absolutely love it. So I'm going to give you a view of this space in respect to the rest of the home and how far we've come right now. Come back next week, because I'll be showing you how to style your coffee table, as well as styling your living room sofa, and just the placement of items within your living room to make it more cohesive and absolutely beautiful. Also, don't forget to check out our website, www.mycuratedhomepieces.com, for interior design tips, interior design services, and curated home decor pieces. Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you love all things interior design, DIYs, an empty house tour, or just styling the home as you live in it on a day-to-day, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content. All right, guys, until next time, Joy Fam.